is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, April 7th, 2021, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, our best bets always over at the premium area. Can't see. This is a problem. But we'll figure it out real quickly. There we go. That's why there we go. Anyways, we got NBA action, Major League Baseball action, and I don't know if there's NHL or not, but we'll figure it out along the way. Let me bring the guys in. We got everyone backwards today, so we'll fix this. And we'll get rolling. Got a lot of ground to cover. So I missed that Orioles pick yesterday. They didn't get out of the box. They played well in the first inning. So didn't exactly pay my reverse run line there. But so be it. I'd rather take the shots. You miss 100% of the shots you never take. And certainly there was zero value on the Yankees there. So, of course, nothing ever wrong with cashing a ticket. But just not my style of bet. And will never be. Anyways, got NBA action today. These guys are just full of chat. We got NBA action. Got the Pacers, Timberwolves, the Magic, Wizards, Celtics, Knicks, and Nets, Pelicans. Brian, any of these?
Yeah, I really love the Timberwolves. Easily could have been a premium play. Pacers off of that beatdown the Bulls gave them, where Chicago definitely showed themselves as the better team. I think Minnesota can come in here off a day's rest and take it to a Pacers team that's just looked lifeless. So take Minnesota plus the 2 points. Sprinkle a little bit extra on that plus 110 money line.
Rod?
For me, I'm going to go with the Knicks and the Celtics to go under the total. Both these teams are slow pace of play. They're going to lead to an under. I think first team to 100 wins this game, if they even get to 100. I also lean the Knicks as well. So I like the Knicks plus the points and the under in that one.
Could I insert another pick yet that I missed?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little square and take the Boston Celtics here at -3. They got beat by the Knicks by 30 points last time, these two teams. Man, I know the Celtics are on a back-to-back after that easy Sixers win yesterday, but I think Boston shows up and covers the spread here. Just usually when teams lose by like 30 points, I usually like to take them then the next time those teams meet up. So I'll take Boston and lay the points here.
I really don't like any of these games, to be honest with you. This is like the worst part of the worst card. I don't know. I can make a case either way. The Knicks-Celtics. The Celtics, it's kind of like the action of the line makes you think that, maybe the Celtics are a play, but their play on the court is just so pathetic that it's really hard to back them. So there's other places I'd rather be. The same thing with the Wizards. It's like, the Magic are just terrible, and they're a good cover team. They've been covering the spread like no one's business, but they've been getting a lot bigger number than this. And at the same time, the Wizards, it's like one night they score 140 points, the next night they score 40. Which Wizards are going to show up? Like I said, just other places I'd rather be than these games in the early set. You got the Hawks and the Grizzlies, the Thunder and the Hornets, the Rockets and the Mavericks, the Spurs and the Nuggets, and the Suns and the Jazz in the feature game of the night. Brian, any of these five?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks and lay the 2.5, 3 points here. I just think Atlanta at home has been very good this season. Memphis is playing better lately, but they're typically a 500 team, and they're a couple games over 500, so now it's time for them to lose about two in a row. And then the other game I like is the Pelicans plus the points against the Nets. I like to fade the Nets. And Pelicans, though, have looked heartless. But I just think 9 is a bit too much against the Nets.
Kevin Durant back in the lineup for the Nets. It's going to be, I think it's like you saw the pressure on the line with Durant coming back, and then, other people saying, wow, man, it's too much in the line. But, Harden out, Durant back, and it's like all the other stars. I don't know, man. The Pelicans are so banged up. It's just, once again, super tough game. There's just other places for me to be. Rod?
For me, in the Nets and Pelicans, I'm going to take the over. I don't think they're going to play a whole lot of defense in that one. I like the over 231. That thing hasn't budged an inch, so they're happy where that is. I like the over. No defense in that one. Kevin Durant's return. And Grizzlies and the Hawks, I like under the total. The Hawks have been playing some pretty good defense lately. So I like the under 229 in that one.
That's it.
And Dallas, it's like, It looks like a layup the way they've been playing and the Rockets have been playing. But I can't do it. I lead the Mavericks, blow out the Rockets, but I can't get there.
All right,
because we've seen the Rockets show up and play and get some covers. They're so up and down. So no, I can't do it.
So it's no pick. Is that what it is?
There's no pick for me there, but I lean the Mavericks in that one.
It's either a pick or it's not a pick. It's like you can't say, "Well, I told you the Mavericks are going."
What about the Thunder Buddies there plus the 5.5? That kind of looks a little tempting.
You want it or you don't want it? Because I'm writing everything down now. I'm going to keep.
Keeping track.
Well, it's like at the end of the show, it's like a recap. It's the way we used to always do it.
Yeah.
It's just a recap at the end, and it's just a better wrap up than you guys sitting there saying nothing, kind of like looking for words. So, what do we got? You taking the Pelicans or the
Okay, we're taking
Thunder?
the Mavericks. We'll take the Mavericks.
The Thunder?
We'll take the. No, I'm not taking the Thunder.
No,
Brian's taking the Thunder.
Yeah. I think we're gonna do a small little $100 play on the Thunder. They look interesting to me here. They lost by 30, I think, to the Pistons. I think they bounced back.
I like the Jazz in the big game here against the Suns, the feature game of the night. I know most of the action here is on the Suns, and it just seems like that's the sharper play. But I think at the same time that the Jazz are the better team, and I think we're at 1.5, at 3.5, probably not so much. At 1.5, definitely I like the Jazz here. I think that they're, like I said, they're just the better team. They have experience in these kind of games, and I think that experience is highly underrated. So I'm going to take the Jazz in that one. The Hornets and the Thunder are just so bad, man. And it's like the Hornets have not been playing their best basketball, but when you look at the playoff standings, the Hornets are right in the thick of things in the East, and the Thunder are out of it. So I'm going to go with the Hornets in that one. I just think in this last month of the season or so, this is when games are more meaningful, and you see the teams that are kind of playing for next year and the teams that are kind of playing for this year. And I think the Hornets are playing for this year, so I'm going to take them in that spot. Brian, you have anything for sale today?
Yep. You know what? My baseball's been off to a brutal start, but my NBA, I've hit 10 straight NBA premium picks, 10-0. So if you want my best overall play today, pick up my 10-star NBA Wednesday after hours winner for $30 at pickdogs.com. Or you can get all three of my plays as one MLB, one NBA, one NHL for $40 at pickdogs.com premium picks.
Rod?
And for me, I got a Wealthy Wednesday 5-pack. We swept the NBA yesterday. MLB is off to a great start. I've got 2 NBA, 2 MLB today, and 1 NHL. Over available at Pick Dogs Premium. Jump aboard this 5-pack. We're going to crush the books with it. Love today's caption.
Got 5-pack of MLB for the afternoon session, and then I'm going to have a 3-pack of NBA for tonight. That's it. We have our YouTube Premium. Hopefully YouTube fix our statistics soon so we could get our subscriber count correct. I know it's a lot higher than this.
It's odd that all the baseball's in the afternoon today.
Well, it's just that time of year. It's also moving day, so tomorrow. So it's like it's just Thursday's always moving day with the lighter schedule and the teams moving, and so it's kind of get out of town days and all of that stuff. So that's why they do it. But it's pretty typical. But we do have a lot of Major League Baseball action here. Like Brian, I'm not off to my best start, that's for sure. Not even close. But the beauty of baseball is it's a long season, and I've had slow starts before, and I've had Julys where like I haven't missed a game. Junes and Julys where I haven't missed, like it's like one every 3 days I lose. So it's like not too concerned, but I don't want to dig it's not that I want to dig myself in a hole too deep here either. I think part of the problem is that the numbers, you don't have the numbers to work with, and the bullpens are just killing me. It's like I'm in position to win every single. It's rare that I've been in not even in position in a game. Like maybe that Orioles game, but that wasn't a premium pick. But it's like almost every single game I've lost, my team has had the lead. It's like every single one. My team has been in the lead in the game and lost. So I could see, I could see it. I mean, like the Rays were up. The Rays were up by 2 in the 9th inning yesterday and lost. Right. The Giants were up against the Padres. They lost. The Rockies, had every chance against the Diamondbacks. They had guys on second and third in extra innings with 1 out and couldn't get the run home. It was, that's baseball. But without numbers, very, very hard to handicap those probabilities,
No, the Marlins keep on losing for me. Atlanta Braves lost late to the Nationals, so that
the Marlins had the lead also and let it get away. So that's another
let it get away.
The Braves are just. The Braves will find themselves, but we're just going to get better prices on them later. Is really the way that's going to work. But speaking about prices, there's some big prices out there today. I haven't stuck to my strategy either. It's my own fault, for baseball. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. I know whose fault it is, and I know why. It's like normally I say I'm going to take only dogs, and I haven't done it, and I paid the price, for it. So we got the Washington Nationals and the Braves, game 1 of a doubleheader, Eric Fetty and Max Fried. Then we go to Cincinnati, Luis Castillo looking to bounce back from that opening day debacle against the Pirates. Got Matthew Boyd looking to ride the wave of his opening day start against Kenta Maeda, who has had tremendous career success against the Tigers. Then you got the Twins against the Royals, Shane Baby Bieber up against Jacob Junis, still with the varsity. And then you got the Red Sox and the Rays. The Rays looking to avoid the sweep at Fenway. Brian, any of these 5?
Yeah, Luis Castillo got blown up in his first start with the Reds this year. Now he's laying -210. I think the play there is to take the +1.5 of the Pirates. I think it's a 1-run. The Reds crushed them yesterday, but I think the Pirates put up a fight in this one. And then, boy, that's I can't resist taking Boyd. The line opened up at around -185 or so. Now it's down about 10 cents. Twins are the better team. They had a better starting pitcher, but Tigers won yesterday, and this line just is looking, screaming to me to take the Tigers, and I can't resist a good Boyd bet, so I'm in.
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me Boyd again. I'll take the Tigers. We had him the first time he was up, so let's go right back to him again. I think he's got a good shot on that one. Detroit for the Twins. And I think the Braves bats finally come to life. Give me the Braves on the run line over Washington in game 1. Actually, I think they sweep this doubleheader. Braves on the run line, game 1. Braves on the money line, game 2. Braves sweep the doubleheader. We finally get off the schneid today.
I like the Nationals here at plus 160 against Max Fried. It's like the Braves if you can't score any runs, you can't win any baseball games. That's for sure. The team that scores the most runs wins. And I would say that that isn't going to happen. I also like the Indians here minus 2.5. Who did you guys take? Because I didn't get it.
I took the Pirates at plus 1.5 against the Cincinnati Reds. I took the Detroit Tigers on the money line. And that's where I was at.
How about you, Rod? Who did you take?
I took the Braves on the run line, Detroit on the money line, and Braves on the money line in game 2.
Detroit on the money line?
Yep.
And who was the other one?
Braves on the run line in game 1. Braves on the money line game 2.
It's only game 1 is what we went over. So, and you took Detroit?
I took Detroit, yep.
All right, I like the Twins minus 2.5 with Maeda there. He's cold-blooded, man. The Twins generally own the Tigers, and Maeda is absolutely owns the Tigers too. I mean, they couldn't hit him at all last season, so I seriously don't think they're gonna hit him this season either. He like I said, finished second in the Cy Young Award, .29 ERA in spring training. This guy's serious business. Matthew Boyd's last start was an aberration. It was kind of like a racehorse that finishes last place every single time, and then all of a sudden he wins a race. It doesn't mean he's going to win next time out. It normally goes back to form, and I think that's what happens here, unless it snows, because that seems to be his environment. If he can win in a snowstorm, but
Tigers aren't playing bad baseball.
No, they're not playing bad baseball. They're playing really good baseball. That game yesterday, I mean, they had every chance to blow that game, and they ended up winning the game. But that was against the number 5 in the Twins rotation, not the number 1. And it's a little different story when you're facing the number 1, who's not just the number 1. He's got to be the most underrated pitcher in baseball, even though he's seeing a big price here. But, I mean, you guys don't even give him but this is twice in a row you've given him 0 credit for coming in second place in the Cy Young Award voting last year and a .29 ERA in spring training. I mean, this guy is the goods. This guy is the guy, man. He's the guy. He's done nothing to.
I think it's a one-run game,
and he didn't pitch well in his first outing. He basically had guys on base the whole time. I think it's 2.5. I think this is one of those 10-1 games, for the Twins. Is what it is. This is one of those epic beatdowns. I've seen this matchup. I watched this matchup last year, same matchup, and I remember it well. It was ugly. And this one's going to get ugly, too. That's okay. I
think you might see an epic beatdown with the Braves and Nationals in the first game, but that 174 is just too high a price.
Yeah.
And Max Fried's a stud.
I do like the Nats there, for sure.
We're polar opposite today.
Yeah. Anyways. I just don't see the Braves are the worst hitting team in baseball. It's not like we don't have any data to work with. We have the data that we have, and until the Braves start hitting, then we can jump on board. But they're not hitting, so it's like.
But Eric Fried is a real.
Fetty?
Fetty, Fried, yeah.
Max Fried is pitching for them.
Max Fried is a stud, and Fetty is.
Max Fried is an overrated guy. He's like,
no,
yes, he is.
Overrated.
Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes, he
I
is.
like him. I think he's a stud. 7 innings today he goes.
He's like a big strikeout guy that lasts 4 innings. By the 5th inning, you got to get him out of there. It's like Snell is now. It's like Snell gets into that 4th, 5th inning, man. It's like that's it. They pull the plug on him.
Well, the Padres look like a real sucker bet today. Ay.
Yeah, but the line is not even. It's not even. There's not even the payback on that one. But anyways, we'll get into that one in a second. We got the Blue Jays and the Rangers. We got the Cubs and the Brewers. We got Nationals, Steven Strasburg, plus 142 in the second game here for the Nats against the Braves. And we've got the Dodgers and the A's and the Phillies, Mets. Love the Mets. What do you guys like, Brian?
Boy. Oakland A's might be the best dog on the board today. I need to add one more premium. It might be Oakland. I mean, they took me to the cleaners yesterday. I lost at the +1.5, but boy, that really looks like they're trying to sucker you into taking the Dodgers today. And Rangers, I know they have one of the worst pitchers in baseball going today with Kyle Gibson. But, man, everybody's betting the Blue Jays. And I don't think the Blue Jays are worth a -195 on the road. I think the play here is the Rangers on the money line. I think they get a shocker win. And then the Phillies, that's my square pick. I think Nola looked commanding in his first performance. I think Phillies bounced back. Their lineup was they didn't have relief pitchers available yesterday. They didn't have lineup guys in. They had a weak lineup and a crappy bullpen yesterday. I think the Phillies bounced back. Velasquez is awful.
Velasquez.
Vince Velasquez for the Phillies.
Oh, yeah.
It's awful yesterday.
Well, he's been awful for quite some time. Rod, how about you?
For me, I'm gonna fade the Dodgers. I'm gonna take a shot with Oakland. Finally get their win. If we get a first win here, give me Oakland over the Dodgers. With Bauer, he didn't look so hot the first time out here. Definitely gave up some runs. So I'm gonna take the Oakland A's. I think they got a good shot. I'm going to take the Jays -2.5. Kyle Gibson didn't even get out of the first inning. Yikes. Blue Jays are going to eat him alive today. Give me the Blue Jays -2.5. And I know Kyle Kendricks is at home, but I'm going to take the Brewers. He didn't look so good his first time out. I like the Brewers there today over the Cubs. And I'm gonna fade Nola today. I'm gonna take the Mets. I think the Mets come out and have a solid outing. I know Nola had a good first outing in his opening day. I think regress a little. Give me the Mets to get the win here in a low-scoring game.
I'm gonna take the Mets also. Fading Nola is usually a good idea for the most part throughout his career. Usually you pay way over for him, and he doesn't usually deliver all that well. I know he doesn't have to face the number one this time, which he's used to doing. He always has good numbers, but, when you're minus, the big numbers that he is, when you're 5-5 like he was in last year, he's, 12-7. The 1 year he was 17-6, but outside of that, if you bet on Nola every single game, you're in the minus money. So it's just one of those things where you got to just you're either in or you're out. So you got to kind of just either stick with it or stay out of it. But if you're going to play the game, then he's just an auto fade, which he is for me. As the Phillies have been. But the Phillies are actually playing a lot better baseball than we've seen in recent years because they've been an auto fade for me for the last few years. It's one of the most overrated teams in baseball with the high expectations and the low delivery of wins. They've been pretty easy money because they've been favorites, a lot. They're kind of like how the Cubs have been, for the last 25, 30 years, where they're favorites in a lot of games and don't win a lot of games, which is great for us. And that Bryce Harper signing was just, it was money it paid for my pool outside, which was really, I appreciate it. But so far it has been a rough start to baseball for me. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to take the Mets though here in this one. I also like, I like the under in that Dodger A's game. I don't think there's going to be a lot of runs in that one. I think it's at pitcher's ballpark to begin with, and then you got Bauer and Luzardo who don't give up much. So I'll just take the under there. I think it's just the easier play. I understand taking the shot here against Bauer because, he's a guy that has, he's the most efficient pitcher in all of baseball, right? When you look at the numbers, and he's the Cy Young Award winner in the National League last season, which I know these guys don't give a lot of credit to last year's performances, but the A's have done another team, like kind of like the Braves. It's like you have to score runs if you want to win a baseball game. I mean, normally, like, say I'm watching a game and my team goes down 1-0. I know a lot of people, they panic, right? It's like I can't stand watching games with those people. They panic. And it's like, well, if my team doesn't score, my philosophy is if my team doesn't score one run, we're not going to win anyway, right? So it's like I'm not going to panic over one run scored. It's like if we don't score a run, we're not going to win this game. And so it really doesn't matter. And with the A's and the Braves, you are seriously in danger of that happening. It's like the Braves are 29th in hitting in here. What are the A's, man? What are the A's in hitting? They stink. The A's are 29th in hitting in offense now. 169 team batting average. Yeah, they've played the Astros and now they play the Dodgers, but they have a 169 team batting average through the thing. They're also 29th in home runs. They're 14th in strikeouts. This team stinks, man. I love the A's, and we're going to get good money on them later on. But they stink. And when you look at the Braves, look at their bats. The Braves are 30th in offense. They're batting 148. And it's like, normally, so this is the things to watch for in baseball and why generally I can sit here and say that I don't have the data to work with for my style of handicapping, and I don't. Like Brian's style of handicapping, he just looks at the odds and he sees the line movement. He kind of starts there, and he has it. That's his style, and we know that, right, from watching the show, and he will say that, right? So he likes.
I just don't know how you could take the Dodgers. It's just.
Sure, I'm not taking the Dodgers. I'm not taking.
I didn't say you were. I'm just saying I don't know how you could take the Dodgers in this spot.
Well, because you're up. You have the Cy Young Award winner against the 29th ranked offense in baseball. That's how you take the Dodgers, because if you just look at the game and you look at the numbers, you have the Cy Young Award winner, right? The guy who was the best pitcher the last time we had baseball, which was last season, up against a team that is batting 169. It's like, and aside from having the Cy Young Award winner, they've got the MVP, they're the World Series defending champions, and they have an all-star at every single position on the field. This is what's wrong with baseball. The Dodgers are everything that's wrong with baseball. Is all you have to do is look at the Dodgers. I hate the Dodgers too. I don't like the whole idea of it. It's like in baseball, because there's no salary cap, the big market teams, Los Angeles, New York, Boston, right? Chicago, these guys can buy the best players and just insert them at positions, right? While the small market teams, the Pirates, the Reds, they can't compete. They're going to be good once every few years when they're able to build a team through the farm. That's the only way that they're going to be able to do it. Meanwhile, these other guys, if the Reds, I'm going to guess Mookie Betts makes more than the entire A's roster in a season.
Probably close.
No, I think it is. I'm going to guess that it is. I'm going to guess I'm going to guess Mookie Betts makes more in a season. I'm going to guess Trevor Bauer makes more in a season than the entire A's roster. I'm going to guess that those two guys combined make double what the entire A's team makes. And that's how you can take the Dodgers. Because baseball is not a level playing field like football or basketball. In basketball, it's like there's somewhat of a salary cap at least. But in baseball, this is a joke, and this is why it's the least popular sport in America. It used to be America's pastime. It used to be the number one sport. And this is why it's the worst sport. Because they've taken the competition out of it. And you look at the teams that play generally in the World Series outside of last year when it was a bubble game, right? And it was like outside of everything. It's generally the teams in the playoffs are the 5 biggest TV markets. That's really what it is. Los Angeles, New York, Boston, Chicago, right? Philadelphia, the biggest TV markets. Bryce Harper makes more than probably half the Nationals team. They have Scherzer and Strasburg, so they have some big guys because they won the World Series, and they're not the smallest of the markets. But it's like this is the problem here. This is the issue. So it's like, how can someone bet on the Dodgers? That's why, because they have an all-star at every single position. They have several guys on their roster. They make more than the entire other team.
Mookie Betts makes $22 million a year. The whole Oakland A's roster is $86 million.
Wow.
For this year.
Really?
So,
The A's make $86 million. Who makes money on the A's? Who's making the money there? No way.
Yeah, $86 million.
No way.
That's
No
everything.
way.
Total payroll, which include injured reserve guys, retained guys.
Does it have it? Does it list who's the big money guys on the A's? There's no way.
Well, let me go back. I was just looking at the Dodgers. The Dodgers are $247 million is their payroll, right?
Right.
And Mookie Betts makes $22.5 million a year. Let me just go back to the Oakland here. Oakland.
Yeah, I see $72 million. So
Oakland total payroll $86 million. The highest guy paid on Oakland.
It's 72. It was, and they pared down guys. Who's the highest paid guy?
The highest paid guy I have Elvis Andrus, shortstop.
That makes sense.
$8.3 million.
$8.3 million. And how many guys make more than $8.3 million on the Dodgers?
Oh, I don't know, too many.
Every single every single position.
Oh, easily, yeah.
So, yeah, Elvis Andrus counts as $14 million. Piscotty makes 7.58. Mark Canha makes 6.92. This is the problem. This is the problem with baseball right here. Mike Fiers makes 3.5 million. I tell you, if I had a kid, I'd teach him how to switch hit. An average glove switch hitting second baseman is $9 to $10 million a year. It's like, baseball is just, it's so whacked. And it's like, I mean, it is the least popular of all the sports. Anyways.
Bauer makes the most.
We always get
the highest paid on the Dodgers.
Of course he does. Of course he does. 30?
Yeah, 34.
What does David Price make, who doesn't even play?
$16 million a year.
Yeah, he doesn't even play.
No.
Yeah. Brian, that's how people can take the Dodgers right there.
No, that's not me taking the Dodgers.
I understand.
They're gonna get beat.
I understand. I don't know how people could take the Yankees run line yesterday.
That was an obvious winner.
We got the Marlins and the Cardinals. You want to talk about low payrolls? Marlins, or another one. You have Seattle against the White Sox. The White Sox doing their Seattle thing. Justin Dunn, our guy, is on the mound, though, against my team. So it's a tough one for me. We got the Padres against the Giants. We got Jameson Taillon at minus 190 for the Yankees. What? There'll still be people taking the Yankees out there. I mean, that doesn't even make sense. And, wow. And then you got the Rockies against the Diamondbacks. Brian, oh, man.
Some good value games. I'm going to take Kevin Gausman. He pitched 6 2/3 innings, a strong ball for the Giants. Snell, what did he get? 4 innings in for the Padres. That's another big square patty there, San Diego. I think Giants, extreme value. Also, John Means at plus 175. He had a really nice outing, first time out. And Jameson Taillon is a scrub from the Pirates. I don't know. There's a huge amount of juice here. I think the Orioles win this game outright. So take the Orioles money line and the Giants money line.
So those numbers that Rod said were actually including the, I believe no, because there's a competitive tax and stuff on it. So who'd you take?
There's a luxury tax or something.
Yeah. Well, the luxury tax in baseball. Who do you have, Brian? That's how they even it out. It's like
Baltimore Orioles money line, and then the better of the two bets, I think it's the San Francisco Giants at plus 135 over the Padres.
Going with those orange and black teams, Rod. Halloween over at the Bittler house.
I like the orange and black teams too. I like the Giants. Give me the Giants as well over the Padres. And I like the Orioles today. Means look really good his first time out. Win. And I Everybody's all humping on the Yankees run line today again, of course, because they seen it yesterday. So today's the day they burn their money. The Orioles on the money line, I think they outright the Yankees today. And I'm going to take the Mariners. I think Seattle finally gets a win. The White Sox finally lose one on the road. Give me the Mariners in that one. Nice plus money.
Who was the first one?
Giants.
Giants.
Giants money line.
All right, I got it.
Orioles money line. Mariners money line.
I like the under in Seattle with the White Sox and our guy Justin Dunn, who was my guy last year. So I'm gonna go with the under. I think Justin Dunn is like one of the better values out there every time he takes the mound. I like the Marlins to bounce back against the Cards here with Lopez. I didn't like Flaherty last time out. I'm with you guys on the O's. Italian's ridiculous at that price, and John Means looked great in his start at Fenway Park. I don't think the Red Sox ever want to play him again after that. Blake Snell has become a 4 to 5 inning guy, and I don't know. I don't understand what's up with him. He must be injured or something. Because remember, even in the World Series, they took him out. In the fourth inning, he only made it 4 innings last time. Gausman is Gausman. So I'd like the Giants there, too. And then I like that over and Coors. 11.5 with Madison Bumgarner. I was a Bumgarner guy, when he was in San Francisco. He's a gamer. He's gritty. He's all those things that I like, the guy that's kind of like, he's an overachiever, right? But the problem with overachievers when they get past their prime is that they don't have some of the tools that some of the other guys do. You start to see like the guys who are really like have all the tools and have everything and just aren't overachievers from hard work, guys that really are, are gifted, you see them change, as they get older. They develop different pitches and, extend out their careers that way. Like Eckersley did, like Dennis Eckersley did, guys like that. I don't think Bumgarner has that in him because he's too much of a bulldog, right? Because it's like he can't go to his other stuff because he has to try and blow the fastball past you, and it's not blowing past you anymore, so he's getting hit. And that's the problem with that one. So I like the over at Coors. Senzatella's batting practice to begin with, right? So you've got, just a real. If you're going to the game at Coors, bring your glove. Do yourself a favor. You might get a souvenir today. The Rockies are bad too. The Rockies are a bad team, man. They're terrible. I've been watching them, and I'll tell you what. I put them on the. I have. The games when they run past a certain time, they're relegated to the top TVs, and then I watch the real programming like Temptation Island and stuff like that on the regular TV. So it's like I had to sit there and watch that debacle, the Rockies last night. And as we go to the NHL, I don't know how my Mitchie Pucks picks did yesterday. I felt pretty good about them when I gave them out. I like the Islanders, right? Was my pick. I like them on the puck line.
Yeah, you took Islanders on the puck line. They only won by 1. It was a 1-0 game.
The Bruins I liked, right? They won.
Bruins won.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks were my other one, right? They won.
Yeah, and the Blackhawks won. So 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1, not bad. Mitchie Pucks. See if we can get it done today. Got just 5 games in the NHL.
The Islanders had a couple shots at the empty net, and they just missed them.
Los Venegas thinks I need to wake up. I think we need to do something about the show and move it to a totally different time. Maybe like an afternoon show or something, because it's. I think he's right. I do need to wake up. I think we should do it at 4:30 a.m. your time, and then you can wake up to watch it. No, I think that would be good. But, anyways, I'm with him though. I think I need to figure something out.
Well, maybe you could have something that ran into the drive-through. That way people can.
Maybe
switch
you guys
over.
can do the morning show without me, and I'll just do my own show in the afternoon.
Oh, we can't do it without you. You're the man.
I don't think so. I think I'm.
I would miss arguing with you.
I know, but I think I'm bringing it down because I'm just so tired.
No.
I think I am. I certainly feel that way.
I thought you were just in a bad mood today.
No, I'm just super tired, man. I'm exhausted. I'm going to get help. So I asked everyone else for help. A couple of people reached out to me. I had a couple other people that Carolyn knew that are gonna help us, and then I actually reached out to our local university here to get some people to help us as well. So we just got it. What happened is, we were one smaller company that became two big companies, and it's like, kind of got blindsided because of that whole COVID thing, because we had all those months of doing nothing. So it wasn't like we could use that time to prepare for everything that was going to happen. We didn't know it. So my videos, the quality of my videos, the thumbnail quality has gone up, but I believe the quality of my actual videos has gone down. So I'm going to get an editor and take these things next level. I think that the idea for the videos, I think for the live show, doing them on the set here is great. But I think for the videos, where I used to just be standing out there and talking about the games, is just a better format for the videos, and then doing graphics, with that, kind of like what the other guys are doing. Either green screen it, but not like being in a sports book with none of the TVs moving, right? I'm talking about like a green screen with like the real graphics explaining what I'm talking about, so people can see this on their phone in microscopic fonts, right? Anyways, got. The Senators against the Oilers, the Maple Leafs against the Canadiens, the Blues against the Golden Knights, the Smudges against the Avalanche, and the Kings against the Desert Dogs. Brian, any of these gems in what looks like a lousy NHL schedule?
Yeah, Montreal kind of wets my whistle a little bit at plus 136. I mean, I think they're sitting at fourth in the North Division, and Toronto fat and happy up there at number one. Montreal needs to start banking points, and I think they have an excellent chance to knock off Toronto tonight. And I like the value at plus 135. And that's about it.
No little hot diggity dog on the Smudges there on the puck line. I think
that would, if you're going to play a puck line play, that would be the Wild plus the 1.5. But I'm sure those odds are like minus 150 or so.
Oh, you got it. You got to enjoy your time.
Minus 155.
Jesus,
I like it.
That's
I like it. That's gonna be my Mitchie Pucks play. Smudges plus.
Well, if you wanted a too good to be true puck line play, that would probably be the St. Louis Blues at plus 1.5 at minus 185. That's too good to be true.
I'm gonna take the Smudges. Rod, who do you like?
I'm gonna take the Oilers over the Senators. We're gonna take them on the puck line. The Oilers are 7-0 in the last 7 meetings versus Ottawa. 4-0 in the last. Yeah. Okay. 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Ottawa. So we're going to take the Oilers on the puck line in that one. I agree. Give me Montreal. Their backup should be in net there. And I think he's the better goalie. Solid goalie. And this is a huge battle. This has been an original 6 rivalry. It's got a 1-goal game written all over it. So Montreal plus the 1.5 is definitely solid, but I like Montreal on the money line. I think they win this outright. And Vegas and the Blues, I'm going to take over. I think we see goals plenty in that one. And Colorado and Minnesota, I agree. Give me. I think that's a 1-goal game, but I think Colorado wins it. And I'll go back with the Kings. I think the Kings bounce back and get a win over the Desert Dogs. They lost the last game. Come back. The better goalie for the Kings will be starting in this game. So give me the Kings the bounce back over the Desert Dogs.
I'm going to take the Smudges plus the 1.5. That's going to be my Mitchie Pucks top NHL play of the day. I like that one a lot. Plus the 1.5. I think they have a chance to win the game. But like Rod said, Colorado's probably going to win a 1-goal game, but I definitely like the 1.5 with the Smudges here, and that's my top play. I also like Vegas a lot over the Blues here. I think they're going to beat them up. I think you could sort of maybe put a small puck line wager there because the Blues are just so bad on the puck line at home. But they've probably been favored in a bunch of those. So you got to be a little bit careful. That's more of a play against the Blues puck line because Vegas overall on the puck line hasn't been great, but on the road they've actually been a lot better on the puck line than they have been at home. So it's like a little bit sprinkle on the puck line for Vegas, but I like Vegas to win the game.
You don't feel like that line is basically lack of a better word, a sucker line there?
I'm not even looking at the line. I'm only looking at the numbers because it's a money line sport unless it's like minus 200 or something and it makes it unbettable. But at under, here it's like, I mean,
it looks like the Dodgers at minus 150.
I mean, I like to sell my picks for less than $100 each, so I like to stick to odds that are bettable. It's like if we're going to get into the minus 190s and minus 250s, then I could put that $100 price tag on my picks like everybody.
That's true.
Like all the other guys do. But if I want to sell them at a reasonable price, I have to give people actually premium quality picks, which is ass backwards, but that's the way of the world in this industry. Which is
Blues on the puck line at home, 2-15. Yuck.
I didn't just make that up, Rod. I
know. Blues stink at home. That's why I like the over. Lots of goals. Goals are plenty. goals, and more goals.
So everyone says, a lot of people still ragging on me about my Yankees fade yesterday, but that is how you make money in baseball. And I'm going to stick with it. I do not care.
You like that, but you don't like the Oakland A's at plus money. I mean, to me, that's a more legitimate shot at, some nice plus money there.
I just don't like the bet. I like the idea of it. So if you bet the Yankees straight up,
it's minus 150.
If you bet the Yankees straight up every game this year, you've lost $61. Congratulations. They're 3-2. Congratulations. With a winning record, you're at minus money. Same thing with the Padres. 4-2. If you bet the Padres every single game, they're 4-2. So there it is. They've won 66% of their games. You've lost $3. That's a tough way to make a living. To hit 66% of your bets and still lose money. That is impossible, man. You cannot make money like that. You just can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. Meanwhile, the Orioles, if you bet the Orioles every single game, who I took yesterday in that, if you bet the Orioles every single game, they're 3-2, so one game over 500, you're up $259. It's like, that's how you make money, right? So it's like, fine, I lost that one. I don't need to win that many when you're getting plus 2.5. You don't need to win that much. It's like, that's the whole beauty of it. That's the whole idea. It's like, if you pick a lot of dogs that pay off in baseball, you can go 40% and make a really good profit. If you can bring that up to 50%, well, you can make life-changing money. And that's really all it is. And if you can get over 50% into that 58%, whoa, look out, But if you go 58% and you're taking Dodgers, Yankees, and, Cubs and Padres, you're going to be in the poorhouse.
Yep, it's all about
you need to go 80% on those. And those teams don't win 80% of their games. So you're in big trouble if you do that. I mean, let's look at some other teams with the Minnesota Twins who Brian doesn't like for some reason are 3-2, but you still made $86 on that. They're a small market, It's like you look at
how are the Twins, even if they're 3-2, most of the time they're laying juice because
they're not.
They're the better team.
Not against the Brewers. They were pretty much even money in that series. So yesterday they were laying juice.
Detroit 3-2. You're still up money. Huge money.
Yep. Oh yeah, because they've been a dog every time. Detroit at 3-2, you've made $225. At Toronto 3-2, you've made $200. You've made 2-1 on your money because they beat the Yankees. See, so that's this is how you make money in baseball. 3-2, Yankees down $61. That is a tough way to make a living. I'm telling you. Believe me. Trust me on this one. The White
You're
Sox.
preaching to the choir.
The White Sox 3-3.
We're helping people out.
55. Oh. All right. Enough of this. Rod, what's your parlay?
I'm going to go all MLB parlay today. We're going to go 3-dog parlay. We're going to go Mets money line, Giants money line, Mariners money line. Parlay those three up.
Brian?
I'm going to go one better on Rod, a 4-dog parlay. I'm going to take the Montreal Canadiens on the money line, the Timberwolves on the money line, Oakland A's on the money line, and the Giants on the money line.
Who's first?
Montreal Canadiens.
Uh-huh.
The Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line.
Uh-huh.
Oakland A's on the money line. And the San Francisco Giants on the money line.
I'm going with the total parlay. I like the over in the A's game. I mean, the under in the A's game. Under in the White Sox game. And the over in the Rockies game. So 2 unders. The A's, Dodgers under. The White Sox, Mariners under. And the over in the Rockies, Diamondbacks. So to recap everything here, in NBA, Brian took the Timberwolves, the Celtics, the Hawks, the Pelicans, and the Thunder. These are all point spread. Rod took the Celtics under. He also the under in the Celtics Knicks game. He took the Knicks, the over in the Nets game, the under in the Grizzlies game. And then he leaned towards the Mavericks. He wavered. He leaned back. He leaned out. He did the hokey pokey, turned himself around, and he said the Mavs are what it's all about. I just took the Jazz and the Hornets. I just went super light in the NBA. Then we went into baseball. Brian took the Pirates on the +1.5 against Castillo. He also went to the Tigers, the A's, the Phillies, the Orioles, the Giants. Then Rod took the Braves on the run line. He liked them in the first game. He said he liked them in the second game, but then when we got to the second game, he didn't take them again. But I think he does like them. Detroit money line. He took the A's, the Jays -2.5, the Brew Crew, the Mets, the Orioles, the Mariners, the Giants. Took all of those. I took the Nationals in the first game, the Metropolitans, the under in the A's game, the White Sox, Seattle under. I took the Miami Marlins to avoid the sweep. And the Orioles, the Giants, and the over an 11.5 in the Rockies game against the Diamondbacks. Then in pucks, Brian just went with the Montreal Canadiens. Rod went across the board. He took the Oilers on the puck line, the Canadiens, Vegas, Colorado, and the Kings. I took the Mitchie Pucks play was the Smudges plus the $1.5, and then I also like Vegas on the puck line as a sprinkle play, just a sprinkle on Vegas puck line, not a full play. Then for the parlays, Brian took a 4-team money line parlay, the Montreal Canadiens, the Timberwolves, the A's, and the San Francisco Giants. Rod took the Mets, the Giants, and the Mariners, and I took the under in the A's Dodgers, the under in the White Sox Mariners, and the over in the Rockies Diamondbacks. Recapped it. Thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day. I like doing the recap. We're gonna try to act more professional tomorrow.